Okay, so don't mind my sweaty hair, but my name's Kanan Cash, and you're watching Survive to the Finish. And in today's episode, I realized I've never done a video on my fire kit. So I thought I made multiple videos about fire and how to start fires, that kind of stuff. So I thought I would throw out my fire kit and see kind of maybe you're building one at home and to give you some ideas. So stick around. Okay, so first thing you might notice is I'm wearing a different shirt, and yeah, I was supposed to film the rest of this video yesterday, but I didn't. So, you know. So, here it is, like I promised, fire kit. So, this actual bag is a Campcraft Outdoors fire kit. So, you'll see some of the components in this fire kit are from, Campcraft Outdoors. I've just kind of taken stuff out, put more stuff in that has just suited me how I want it to, basically. So first thing I pull out of here is, this is just a little drawstring bag. So that's just simple. And the reason I have this in here is if I'm getting a fire, if you know how to build a fire, you have to have tinder. So that's right. So I'm going to go out and I'm going to collect tinder in this bag if I, for whatever reason don't have any kind of already in here, which you'll see that. So laying that down there. Next we have I kind of dig them out here. So here are just a couple different ignition sources. So first one is some stormproof matches. Very, very simple. I will try and put up a clip right here of me using them, but if I don't, then I'm sorry. Also, thick lighter. Simple. Can't get much easier than that. And then next, a magnifying glass. So I will have and I will try and link it up here, but no promises. I'm still figuring this out. The video on where I use a magnifying glass to start a fire. So I'll lay those down there. Moving on to our next these bugs are going nuts. A little bit of sidetracked. I'm thinking about getting a microphone, for filming. So let me know if I should get one within the next couple of months, because if you know anything about the outdoors, bugs and things are noisy. So, getting back on track, flint and steel. Very, very simple. So, we have our piece of flint. Well, this actually is, I'm not a geologist, and I don't know if you can see that or not, but simple. So there's that. And then, also, in here is char cloth. So this actually came from the Campcraft Outdoors kit. So I just liked the bag it was in, so I kept it in there. Let's see. Trying to kind of go in order here, but maybe not. So, last kind of ignition source is a ferro rod. So 6" by 1/2" ferro rod. This kit did come with one, but it was like that long and maybe a 1/4" thick, but I like the big heavy duty ones. And then I have a little strand of paratinder, I think. It's a paracord with, you can see kind of like that red stuff right there, with some tinder in the actual paracord. So yeah. Okay. Now moving on to tinder sources. So I just have 2 pieces of fat wood in here, first thing. So, smells so good. This stuff, these pieces, I didn't, go out and harvest, but I do have some pieces, it's around, so it's not something that I'm never gonna find, if that makes sense. Same, that's one thing I just kind of wanted to put this out here. If I'm out hiking, or if I'm anywhere outside, I'm constantly looking at plants, tree, any type of resources that I could use. Kind of like this creek that is literally 20 feet from where I was just filming, So just things that can be life and death. Things that can help you, in a situation. Okay, so I just filmed the whole rest of this video and realized I didn't hit the record button. So, where I left off was tinder plugs. So, what I call them. I think they're tinder, whatever. Words, am I right? So, these are just little kind of like cotton wax kind of infused I call them, I think the brand name that kind of started them was Tinder Quicks. I believe so. I don't know if they still make those or not, but these actually did come in the Campcraft tin, in the fire kit. So, the last kind of Tinder-esque thing would be just a metal tin. So this did come in the Campcraft Outdoors kit, and if you remember from just a couple minutes ago, fire, flint and steel. So you have to have tar cloth to make flint and steel. So this is how you make tar cloth. Now, first thing you might be asking yourself is, Kana, how do I make tar cloth? Well, I have a video for that. Second thing is, Kana, don't you have to have cloth to make tar cloth? And you would be correct. So, like, just for example, this shirt I'm wearing right now, it is cotton, okay? So, I'm always gonna have cotton pretty much on me, whether that be shirts, pants, I don't know, any, that's pretty much all the clothing. I don't think socks are cotton, but you get the idea. I'm gonna be wearing cotton almost all the time. So I can just take a sharp piece of metal, YouTube will strike me if I use that word, and cut, if it's life and death, cut some parts, some shirt off, and stick them in here, put them in the fire, there we go. So, very, very simple. Then, I didn't really know where to put this, but this is just a fire bellow. So, extends out. I can blow fire to a very concentrated area, or I cannot blow fire. That's one thing I cannot do. But I can blow air into the fire to a very kind of concentrated area. So, I don't use this a ton, but when you need it, it is handy. So, kind of last thing, or actually two more things. 3. I'm bad at counting. Anyway, Blackbeard fire starter. So, this stuff is great. I don't even know what it's made of. It's some sort of cotton rope, but it is infused with so much stuff. You can light it on fire and stick it in the creek, and it'll burn and float down the creek. I got this from Survival Gear BSO, so you can check him out. He has a lot of great stuff. And lastly, I have another piece of fire, fat wood in there. So that's nice. This stuff, no idea what it's called, no idea what it's made of, no idea what it is. It came with the, kit, and it's great, like Tinder stores whenever you really need it. So, and plus it's just kind of good padding, So, I love that. Okay, so, last thing. I thought I'd move just because. So, you will probably see this in every single video that I make. This is kind of my like spin-off of the Wazoo fire necklace, except I didn't want to pay the however much, I think it's like 25 bucks or something for it. I didn't want to pay that, so they sell the flints, the ferro rods, for just a couple of bucks, and then they sell the strikers for just a couple of bucks. I have some paracord. See what I'm saying? So, very simple. I can make another video on how I made this, because they don't want to tell you. They will not tell you, in fact, how they make, like the knots and stuff. Anyway, if you guys want that, let me know. So, slide the ferro rod down a little. Take your striker ferro rod. Very simple. It actually throws a pretty good amount of sparks, I wouldn't if I had the choice to bring something else, you know, like a bigger ferro rod, I would 100%. But I feel pretty confident, you know, in this, not to blow my ego. But thanks for watching, and if you liked this video, hit the like button. And if you also like this video, hit the, I'm trying to think of a funny little outro. Just hit the subscribe button, comment down below, like, and I will see you on the next one. Thanks.